And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're diving into a topic that's just a little bit puzzling and infuriating. Why do red states complain so much about blue states, even though it's the blue states that keep them afloat? And why do these same red states keep voting for politicians who seem dead set on making their lives harder? So let's break it down. First, let's talk money. It's no secret that when it comes to federal taxes and spending, blue states are the ones footing the bill, while red states are often the biggest beneficiaries. According to data from the Tax Foundation, states like New York, California, and Massachusetts consistently pay more in federal taxes than they get back. Meanwhile, states like Kentucky, Mississippi, and West Virginia receive more federal dollars than they contribute. Now, you'd think this financial support would lead to some gratitude, right? Wrong. Instead, we hear constant complaints from red state politicians about how those liberal blue states are ruining the country, all while their own states rely heavily on the tax dollars generated by those very places they love to bash. Let's talk about these red state politicians for a moment. They're quick to point fingers at blue states, accusing them of being out of touch or irresponsible. But let's take a closer look at what's happening in their own backyards. These are the same politicians who preside over states with some of the highest poverty rates, worst healthcare outcomes, and lowest education rankings in the country. And yet, instead of passing laws that would improve the lives of their constituents, they focus on culture wars, restricting rights, and making it harder for people to thrive. So how do people in these states keep voting for the very politicians who are causing them all the harm? It boils down to one thing: owning the libs. Conservative voters are sometimes more interested in sticking it to liberals and minorities than improving their own lives. They'll vote for politicians who cut health care, defund education, and gut social services just to feel like they're on the winning side of a cultural battle. But here's the kicker. By voting for these politicians, they're also voting against the very minorities and progressive policies that help bolster their economy. Immigrant labor, federal welfare programs, and blue state tax dollars all play a critical role in keeping many of these states afloat. Yet the desire to own the libs often overrides even the most basic self-interest. So what's the takeaway here? It's time for a serious conversation about the relationship between blue and red states and how we can move past this cycle of dependency and resentment. Red state voters deserve better than politicians who exploit their fears and leave them worse off. And blue state taxpayers deserve recognition for the role that they play in supporting the entire country. So let's start this conversation. Why do you think this dynamic persists? And what can we do to change it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the issues that matter. Until next time, stay informed.